Good morning. Well, me, Andy.
Morning.
And Billy Bob. We've parked at Braithwaite.
Rockstar.
And Rockstar, Billy Bob. We've parked at Braithwaite and we've parked at the Orthodox Church by the river. And we're going to walk up to Barrow, Outerside and possibly Stile End. The heather is out at the moment and it's one of my favourite walks to do when the heather is in bloom. It's amazing. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to take you along to show you how fantastic it looks. So you come up from Braithwaite village, past the village shop, and you head up a really good track up to a farm. Now you've got a path through the farm. I'll just pan you round. Up to the farm, you've got the signs for the path there. Come to the right hand side of the farm, through the gate, and it heads up through that field and up to a gate in the wall. Then you're at the base of Barrow. You've got views of the ridge up onto Coledale Pike. So that's the gate that you come through onto the bottom of Barrow, and you've got a view of Bath in the distance and Seat Howe and Winnetter Forest. Let's get a starting to get views of Cat Bells and Derwent Water, Dodds and Hillbone behind, and there's Keswick and the ever-present Skidder and Braithwaite, and there's Bassenset Lake. That's Barrow, Causey Pike behind, Stile End where we're going to end up, Coledale Pike, a bit windy on this bit, about halfway up Barrow, I reckon.
We're at the top.
Not quite.
Yeah, we are, that's the top.
You'll soon find out.
Oh, yeah, we are.
We're starting to get into the heather. Lovely. So we're just nearing the summit now. Look at that view. Causey Pike, Outerside, where we're going to head up. Stile End and Coledale Pike.
We go to Cooley Bridge quite a lot.
Yeah.
But then Up's always a bit
We're on the summit of Barrow.
I was going to go over to
Skidder, Water, Helvellyn and the Dodds, Cabells. You've got Maiden Moor, High Spire behind. In the foreground you've got Rolling End going on to Causey Pike. And this is our fantastic ridge that we're going to walk down over to Stile End and Outerside. And you've got Rolling End on the right there, and the ridge up to High Spire. Water. So we're just heading down off Barrow. The heather's not quite out in full bloom at the moment up here, so it'd be worth coming back in about a week or 2 weeks maybe. It would be a sea of pink, all of this. So it's just started to come out on this side, whereas on Wainwright Fell the other day it was out fully. Still lovely. We've just reached the junction of Barrow. I'll pan you around. So you've got a junction where you can either go right back down to Braithwaite, you can go straight on up to Stile End, or you can go left around the side. I think it's still called Barrow, and we're going to take that path because we're going to go along, I'll show you in a bit, and we're going to aim for Outerside. So this left-hand path just traverses the edge, I suppose, of Stile End really. Cracking views over to Causey Pike. Down Rolling End. That's Barrow, where we've just been. Bit of care on this path. This bit's a bit tricky here. Oh, it's a high step. Oh. Just a little tricky bit there. Nice airy feel on this path as it's right on the edge. That's Outerside, you can see coming into view. And you can see the track, the main track. We're going to aim for that, and we're going to head up Outerside on the left hand side, up the easier way, and we're going to go down Outerside the steep way, which my knees are going to love. So you can incorporate Causey Pike in with this walk. You would actually probably park at the bottom of Rolling End, on the sort of Newlands Pass road. There's a lay-by just near a farm, room for quite a few cars there, and you would just come straight up the quarry path on the stony track, or you go straight up Rolling End. You go straight up Rolling End, scramble onto Causey Pike, go along Crags, and then you come down either a traverse path. Before you do Crags, you can come down a traverse path down the side, or if you do Crags, you can go down the back of it, and the path will take you very easily down and up onto Outerside. So that's an alternative and a bigger walk. I will probably come back in a week and maybe do that route, because the heather will be out more in bloom, and Rolling End is absolutely amazing. I mean, you've got the heather out in bloom and you've got Causey Pike in front of you along that ridge. It's absolutely astounding. So we'll see. Watch this space. But I'm going to have to get my big girl brave pants on for that.
You can borrow my big boy shorts if you like.
I'm alright if I do the scramble bits time and time again, but if I haven't done them for a while, then I have to kind of get my head into that kind of exposure scramble mode. So yeah, the big girl brave pants will be coming out. It's a bit like a motorway path, this. I'm not a fan of these paths, but it does help with the erosion on the fell sides. So at this junction, this is where you can take the traverse path up to Causey Pike, and then you can head along Crags and come down back to this path to then head up Outerside. So that is an option if you don't want to do the scramble route on the other side of Causey Pike, which is quite steep. It's not bad, but if you don't want to do any scrambling, you can have that option. Much easier. So we're at this point of the Cole where you've got a cairn, and to go up Outerside, that's the path up to Lale and Crags. You turn right here to head up Outerside. forgotten how squidgy it is along that bit, but it doesn't last for long, so don't let them put you off. You've got fantastic views of Stile, Crag. That's the path you can go down to Force Mine, and that's Coledale. I've just met somebody that watches my videos. He recognised my Essex tones. So hi Terry, nice to meet you. If you watch this video, give us a comment, and it was good to catch up, and good luck with your Wainwrights. You're gonna smash it, I'm sure. Summit of Outerside, and the rain's coming quite heavy now, coming in from the west. That's where we've been, Barrow, and we're going to head to the middle hump, Stile End. Wow, what a view, even in the rain. Crags, Causey Pike. We're going to head down the ridge, down off Outerside towards the town, and then we're going to just bimble up to Stile End, and then down the traverse path around the left hand side of Stile End back into Braithwaite. There's Skidder. I don't care if it's raining. It's just epic. Such a good view. The view over to Force Crag and Force Mine. That's the Coledale Horseshoe. Coledale Pike, Hopeville Head, Crag, Crag Hill, Lale, Crags, Causey Pike and Barrow. That's the Coledale Horseshoe. That's a good long day's walk in that. Had a real heavy passing shower, but the clouds on top of Skidder are so atmospherical right now. It's just a lovely ridge coming off Outerside. Well, it's not a ridge, it's actually just descending Outerside, so it's not a ridge at all. The heather's out, you get a great view of Barrow, Stile End and Skidder. Coledale Pike to the side there, all the way down that fourth mine valley, Coledale Valley. See it better now, look at that. So that's looking across the Coledale Valley, and that's the start of the ridge up Coledale Pike, which that's kin, it's a summit in itself. Up the ridge to Coledale Pike. Okay, so we're on the tricky part of Outerside now. It is quite steep and loose and very eroded. That's the tricky bit there. It's just a little bit slippy, and people have kind of like made other paths. Look at the views. That's Stile End. Andy's coming. That little dot on the top there, that's Andy. Yeah, there's a shower heading this way. Yeah, just quite imposing from this side. It is steep, mind, coming down. That's Outerside. So if you do a little detour away from the path, literally 2 seconds, you come to this lovely tarn where you get dragonflies in the springtime, and it's a good oasis if you have a dog. If it's hot, you don't have much water on these fells, you can come to this tarn and there'll always be water in here, and your dog can have a drink and a cold dip. That's Stile End behind. That's Causey Pike. So from the tarn you head straight across very squelchy ground heading for Stile End. Yeah, after rain it really is squelchy. Squelchy, squelchy, squelch, squelch, squelch. Oh yeah. Of course you can actually avoid the tarn and just stay on the actual boggy track. Probably a little bit drier underfoot. So I can take the back of Andy now because it doesn't look like he's wet himself anymore.
Quick drying pants from Marks
Quick
and Spencer's.
drying shorts then.
£35 bargain.
Marks and Spencer's. So we're at Stile End Summit now. Looking back to Stile End. Wow, that view. I know I keep taking the same view, but it's just so breathtaking here. You just head straight down, aiming for that grassy path, and you're just going to go. You can either go straight down to the left hand side of that gill, heading for Coledale, the Coledale Inn in Braithwaite, or you can traverse down through the bracken to cross that gill onto the right hand side of the gill, follow that grassy trod back to the farm. Doesn't make much odds which one you do, really. Okay, so we're continuing along the grassy ridge, but if you turn off right here down through the bracken, that's the path I was telling you about earlier, where you cross the gill and head to the right hand side of the gill back to the farm. You get back to Braithwaite that way, but we are heading back down the grassy ridge. We're going to head to the Coledale Inn, aren't we?
We are, because Tracy's got some money.
Yeah, I'm going to buy Andy a drink.
Wow.
Doesn't happen often.
No. Birthday drink. Birthday
It's
on
his birthday in a
Sunday,
week's time.
by the way.
So we're going to sit in the garden, because it's a really lovely garden at the Coledale Inn with a view of Skidder, and they welcome dogs in the garden and inside actually. So catch it in a bit. We've got the best seat in the garden.
Where's he gone?
It's just underneath.
Alright, yeah.
So Andy's got the 10-ounce ribeye steak. Looks absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. Medium rare.
And I've got the lamb Henry. So that was a nice meal. Did you enjoy your birthday meal, Andy?
Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you very much.
So it's literally 2 minutes from the Coledale Inn down this little lane back to the car by the Orthodox Church. So I'm going to say goodbye. It's been a really good 6-mile circular walk.
Bye.
And this is bye. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you all soon. There you go, see, there's the church, there's the car. So welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route from Braithwaite up to Barrow, Outerside and Stile End. So we came in from the A66 into Braithwaite, and we started to head up the Wainwright pass, but before we went up the pass you can turn left over a bridge and park by this beck here next to an Orthodox church. There's room for about 10 cars in total. You've got a lay-by right by the church, and then you can drive up the track and there's a lay-by on the left further up by the weir. And it's free. And then we headed along this lane here where you've got the beck and the bridges over the beck, which are really pretty. And we ended up at the square where you've got the shop. Then you head as if you're going up Newlands Pass, but you turn off on this public footpath through a gate on a good farm track. To this farm, Braithwaite Lodge, you head and follow the path through the farm, through a gate, over a field, and through another gate to the bottom of Barrow. And from here, it's a grassy path up through bracken, a wide path with opening views of Skidder, and you're heading up quite steeply all the way up. It doesn't really relent until you get to the summit of Barrow, 455 metres. Great views of Derwentwater over here, great views over Coledale and Grisdale and the Coledale Horseshoe. Lots of heather round about here, and this is why I did the walk, because I was hoping the heather was going to be fully out, because it really is stunning when it is, but maybe a little bit early. So spent a while on here. It was quite busy actually, quite a few people on the top, and we headed down an obvious path. This is lovely with the views over to Outerside and Causey Pike. Heading to Barrow. You can turn right back to Braithwaite if you want to do a short walk, or go up to Stile End, but we went left along Barrow, heading for Stonycroft Gill. The track here is very obvious. It's a wide stony track, and we were heading for the back end of Outerside to High Moss. There's a cairn roundabout here, I think it is, and you turn off to go up Outerside through heather up to the summit of 568 metres of Outerside. It's a lovely viewpoint, and it's quite steep going down this bit here. We stood here and Andy got his drone out here because it's quite an airy feel on this bit. Then you head steeply down with care through heather to low moss. We detoured to a tarn so Billy could have a drink, but you can actually just stay on this path. And we went up Stile End at 447 metres. We went straight down the nose of Stile End, through heather again. This is a lovely grassy path here, and you reach the main Barrow path. We were going to the Coledale Inn for Andy's birthday meal, so we stayed on this left side of the gill. You can come down here and cross the beck here and go on a boggy path along here back to the farm. You can do either way. We were heading for Coledale, so we stayed on this side on a good track now here all the way to Coledale Inn, and then the car was parked about a minute down a track to the church, and here's where the car was parked. So it's about a 6-mile route, and I will put a GPX file for Outdoor Active in the description. It's worth having a look in there. You can download that link if you've got the Outdoor Active app. Hope you enjoyed the walk. Thank you for watching. Also wanted to add, I'm going to include some other GPX routes. One parking at Rolling End and going up Rolling End onto Causey Pike, over Crags, then down over to Outerside, and then over Barrow back to stairs round here, walking along here. And I'm also going to include the Coledale Horseshoe from Braithwaite, including up to Grisdale Pike, over to Crag Hill, over to Crags, over to Causey Pike, and then back down into Braithwaite. So check these out in the description as well.